Hello. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to another edition of Rent a Couch. I know it's been a while. Yeah, I assure you, I miss everyone. Yeah, but I'm here, you know. So, what did we talk about last time? We talked about codependency in friendships, right? And so today, in addition to talking about codependent friends, remember in that episode I talked about putting friends in different buckets, right? They don't need to always flow into each other. So today we're going to talk about the different types of friends we should have. So bring out a piece of paper and a pen, list out all the friends you have, and as we go through these different types of friends, try to put them in those buckets and see if they fit. They could fit into more than one bucket. That's cool, but they don't always have to, right? And so before we continue, make sure you click the subscribe button if you've not subscribed to this channel. Click the like button and ensure you click the bell sign. See that little bell sign by the side of the subscribe button? Click on it. That is the post notification button so that you'll be notified whenever I post videos. Because, we post quite a bit. Ignore, I'm kind of sweating a little bit. But I don't want to turn on the AC because it's a lot of noise. Okay, so bear with me. All right, let's go on. So, the different types of friends. But I mean, we've talked about why we need friends, in earlier episodes. But we can recap by saying, why do we need friends? We're all social beings. We're a social species, and so we thrive on relating with each other, talking to other people. In as much as I encourage having time by yourself sometimes, it's also healthy to have friends, right? And so there are different ways friends can help us, right? It helps our mental and physical well-being, right? There's high risk of depression. It helps to lower the risk of depression if you have good friends. So, okay, let's qualify it. Good friends. Because there are a lot of bad friends too. And those do not have any positive impact in our lives. So let's go with good friends here, okay? So when we're talking about positive impact, we're talking about good friends. Got it? Good. All right. And it helps us kind of make us feel more satisfied with our lives. It makes our life more wholesome. You can do fun things with each other. You have somebody to confide in. You have another person around you, so you don't feel so alone. It kind of improves longevity in that way, improves cognitive functioning, and a lot of other things that we're not gonna go into. So let's think of the different types of friendships and how they impact our lives. Like the last time I have some notes just so that I can, I tend to rant and rant. I mean, that's the point of this whole thing, but we don't want to just go around in circles achieving nothing. We want, at the end of the day, to have covered everything we set out to cover. Sounds good? Okay, so let's start with the first type of friend. Best friend. Right? If you've been on this channel for quite a bit, you will know that I have this BFF series, Sam and B, that has been going on for there's been 10 episodes so far, and the next episode will be dropping tomorrow, right? And it's gonna have a different twist. So right now we've been talking about adventures that have been going on, but now we're gonna delve into each character and probably their families. And that reminds me, we've talked about friendship. I know we've not covered every bit about friendship, which wasn't really the scenario. It wasn't the original idea to cover every little thing about friendship, but we wanted to cover some parts that kind of affect us from day to day. But if you have any other thing you want us to cover about friendship, please leave it in the comment section. If you want to talk about something else, because we'll be moving into another issue like family and all of that stuff, leave in the comment section. Engage, guys, engage. I'll like to hear from you. I'll like to read your comments, so you know what we're doing right, what we're doing wrong, so we can actually meet your needs. Good. Okay, back to best friends. Okay, like we were saying, so a best friend is someone whose friendship is considered the strongest, the most intimate, the most important of all the other types of friends. All right, so it's someone you consider, like you've looked amongst all your friends and you consider this one to be the best among the rest, right? And so the exact nature of this friendship, it differs from person to person. What you might need from a best friend, it's different from what I might need from a best friend, right? Some people their best friends spend all their time, like a lot of time with them and all of that stuff, to do everything together. But for some other people, it's not just about the length of time you spend. They might not even need you to spend that amount of time. It's like, I don't need people around me so much, but it's great to have this one person or these two people that I consider best friends, because I trust them and I can confide in them about anything, and I know that is safe with them. I can rely on them when I'm in a jam, and I'll know they will come true for me. Like, you're surer than sure about these people, and really it's great to have those kind of people in our lives, not just random friends. I mean, we have those friends, I mean, we're gonna cover some of those types, but these are like the friendships. Even if it's one you have, it's really good. Like, you might be in a position where you can't think of what to do, but knowing that you have a friend, you just have that one person you can call on, right? And that will take care of everything. You just, even if the person doesn't have the solution, just having that one person that you can call on, that you can rely on, makes a whole lot of difference. Good? Okay. So let's get into the next one. The next one is social friends, right? These friends are not like the best kind of friends. You don't really need to confide with them about anything. It's just, the yippee, party, always out there, knows all the social events around, has, a very active social calendar, and you're around them because they're fun to be with. They always have something fun going on. And so, it's not for people that are like, the social friends are not the friends that want to be at home all day long. They are not, of course, they are not social. They don't want to be out there. So you want the very extroverted kind of person, the one that has the fun things going, that when you feel like, oh, I'm up for a good time, you call on this friend. He or she always has, there's this party, oh, we can go to the games, oh, we can go bowling, oh, there's this concert, or there's this barbecue, or there's this picnic, or, or could cook up something really fun that you both can enjoy, or as a group, right? And so, yeah, those are just what they're good for. Don't go to them for emotional support and all of that stuff. They might not necessarily fill that gap. I mean, not to say that some of, the fun people can't be a form of support, but in trying to categorize friendships based on, what the strengths are for each of the friends you have, it's good to be open to knowing that some people have some strength and some people, and they have some weaknesses. So that might be their strength. Their weakness is that they might not be patient enough to listen to your problems. It's like, we should be having fun now. Why are we all sad, right? And yeah, so it happens. And they have their place in our lives, and it's great to appreciate that, part of them, and enjoy them in what they're good at. Cool. Okay, so the third type of friends are low dose friends. Yeah, I know that sounds funny. Like, there's some people that you just appreciate them in low doses, like not too much of them, right? Just a little bit at a time, once in a while. We might like to spend maybe once in a month with them, or like other friends that you might want to spend more time with them. I mean, it just depends on their personality types and how it fits in with your own personality. They're good people, and they're good to be around with a few times. So, and it's nothing really intimate. It's just once in a month you remember, oh my god, okay, this person, let's just meet and for over coffee or drink, just a few minutes, and then that's it. But at the end of that conversation, it felt good, but you don't really feel like seeing them all the time. That's okay. All right. So we have another group of friends. These are group friends, right? Sometimes you have a group of friends, and you might know some people in those groups better than others. So those only fit in as group friends. You do things together as a group, but you don't really know them that well individually. And so it's fun, and especially when it's easier to organize group activities with these people. Like, okay, maybe one person knows the other person and one person knows the other person. And yeah, beyond just meeting up in a group, you don't really interact on a one-to-one basis, and it's kind of like more fun when you're out in a group. You get what I mean? Do you understand? Just let me know in the comment section if you know what I mean. So it might just be part of the social circle. By extension, you started with going out with A, who's actually your friend, and A knows B, and B knows C. And so when you're going out as a group, all of you go out together, and then that's it, right? Those are useful just for those instances, but that's where it stops, right? So you put that in a box, all right? Okay, so there are also situational friends, right? And you know how I said some friends do not need to bleed into another type of friendship. These are specifically the type of friends I mean. They're confined to certain circumstances or to the place where you met them, right? And so they're context specific, right? And I think the connection is kind of a little more meaningful in those circumstances, and might not necessarily fit in other circumstances. Let's say work friends, exercise buddies you met in the gym, you met your neighbors, or a roommate that got friendly. You're just friends because you're roommates. Most times when you move out, it's like, that's it. But I mean, some roommates turn out to be like the best of friends. But sometimes it's just you're just friendly, and you create a friendship because you're roommates, or you're at your job because you spend a lot of time around those people. Those are situational friends, or you went to camp, or you're volunteering somewhere and you met people there, or you just had let's say yoga, you do some exercise or some yoga, and you met a group of people there, and just because you meet every morning there, you become friendly. But those are situational friends, right? And so out of all this, another one to really talk about as a separate group are work friends. They're also a type of situational friends, but this is kind of deserves its own category because you spend a whole chunk of your time together. Like, you spend a lot of time at work. Imagine working, let's say, 40 hours a week. and you're working around the same people, that's a huge chunk of time. And so they're particularly unique in that, you kind of you develop a type of camaraderie with those people. You could get support in your career. You sometimes you're working towards similar stuff, so it's easy to be able to talk about those things. You have those things in common to talk about and work towards. And yeah, it's a perfect storm, right? Yeah, so you can always, reach out to those friends or rely on them when they're actual friends, not just people at work. There's some people at work that actually become friends, and you can actually rely on them for support. And you can both work with each other towards professional growth and fulfillment and all of that. And those people can also help you to be more innovative and to actually enjoy your time at work. So they're actually really important. And so before we continue to the next type of friend, ensure that you've liked this video. Guys, please click. It's a thumbs up button. Click it. Okay? Thanks. Okay, so now let's go to our next group of friends. Cheers. Don't ask me what's in here. When I start talking a little too much, you might hazard a guess. I had to turn on the AC. It was getting ridiculously hot. Okay, so we have the seventh group of friends, our type of friends, are lifelong friends, right? And these friends are people we've known for most of our life. Sometimes growing up, we're neighbors, or from kindergarten, from elementary school. At some point when we were young, we knew them, and kind of they've, stuck around through different stages of our lives. And yeah, so you kind of found a way to continue to stay connected. And those people might actually be in different social circles, but you two always have something in common based on the fact that you've known each other for quite a bit, right? Maybe updating each other about what's going on in your lives. Talking about where you grew up, where those people are. It's kind of like a once in a while update. It's like, what about so and so? Oh my God, where is she now? Where is he now? Oh my God, where are your parents now? All those kind of things. It's kind of warming to do. Just blast from the past and all of that. It feels good, having those connections from different points in life. Sometimes it's just doesn't happen, but if you do, it's always great to have one or two of those kind of friends around. Good? All right. So the last type of friend that we want to talk about here are the life stage friends. Yeah, we've talked about the lifelong friends. Now we're talking about the life stage friends, and they're different from lifelong friends because those were lifelong across different stages in your life. But this one is specific to a stage in your life, right? And so you happen to meet these friends at a particular stage in life. Let's say you're both recent graduates and you met during that period, or as recent graduates, or in your graduation ceremony, or like, hey, are you connected based on that common goal, or your new parents, right? And so it's like, boop, baby, and people became friends to share ideas on raising their new babies and all of that, even from the group. So, like, new moms tend to try like connecting with other new moms just so They kind of know what you're doing, you know, and all of that stuff. So yeah, that really does happen. And sometimes, you know, life stage. You could be like you're all single. And at that point in your life, you just want single friends, right? You want people that are at the same stage in your life, right? And so you probably had friends that went out, got married. You're still friends, but you want a friend that is also at that point in your life going through the same, journey, challenges. You both scanning dating apps together, trolling people. Okay, not trolling, but but the challenges of dating and all of that stuff. You can both um connect over similar things in the exact stage of life that you are. Cool. All right. Sometimes it doesn't really go beyond those stages. Well, unlike lifelong friends, after you pass that stage, sometimes the friendship just fizzles away, and it's okay. Those things happen. Just let it go. You'll be at another life stage, and you'll have another life stage friend. That is just life, right? Okay. So now we've covered um 8 types of friends that you have. At the beginning, I told you to put the friends you already have into those different types. What did you get? Were you able to do that? Did they fit? Did you find a category for them? If not, hold my beer. Oh, okay. It's not beer. But we're gonna go into some other types of friends that exist, but you should probably not have them as friends. How about that, right? Okay, I needed that. Alright, so let's go into the first one, which is quite obvious. I know it might not be obvious to some people, but it's always obvious because you can't be a friend to yourself. You need the other person to also think you're your friend, right? So one-sided friendships are a no-no. You shouldn't have one-sided friends, right? If there's only one person initiating, planning, supporting, intending the friendship, while the other just sits back and takes, that is no friendship at all. You need to cut that out. You need to stop it. If you're the one that is always the one trying to, initiate, trying to be the friend, plan things, tend the friend, make sure the friendship still exists. Why? why are you doing that? If you're the other person that just sits back and takes, what the hell is wrong with you? If you don't want this person around you, just tell them, because obviously they don't seem to be aware, or they seem to be delusional enough to continue to do these things and not realize that this person is not giving the same energy back. Maybe delusional is a strong word. Some people are just, let's put it in a nice way, very selfless. They don't care if you give back. They don't care if you reciprocate. They'll do it all by themselves, right? Do all the job. Why not? But it's not a healthy friendship for sure. So you really need to avoid those types of friendships, because at the end of the day, for those that are giving, you keep giving. You're not getting anything back, and it will deplete you. It will drain you. Even though you're not really cognizant, you've not sat down to think of it, you feel like you're always drained, right? You need reciprocity. Oh Lord, reciprocity. Okay, whatever. To be reciprocated, you need your actions to be reciprocated. Okay, so you need your actions to be reciprocated. You know what I mean, right? Okay, so you have ambivalent friends. Ambivalent friends, you kind of don't really know where to put them, right? Sometimes, I mean, they exude a high amount of positivity sometimes. At other times, a high level of negativity. So it's kind of really draining. You might text, you might hang out a lot, you can do all the fun things, and you have all this fun with them, and but you don't always leave, feeling great, because in the midst of all that, they'll bring in a bit of negativity and it'll kill the whole vibe. It's very draining. It will put a huge strain on your emotions, because you don't really know where to place them. Just when you're about to cut them off, they come up with this really positive thing, really fun thing, and you're like, all is good again. And you continue with the friendship, and then the next thing is like, okay, where did all that go? Right? So yeah, you need to cut them off. If you're feeling drained by this person, let it go. Let it go. Don't feel bad about it. Protect your own mental health. Good? Alright. So the last episode we talked about codependent friends. Good? And, sometimes it's one person that is a codependent friend, and sometimes it's the two friends that are codependent on each other. It's like, so if you've not watched that video, go and watch that video so you understand better the characteristics that you would see in a codependent friend. We're not going to cover too much of that. I will just say that when friends become over reliant on each other, so much that their sense of self-worth is and wholesomeness is dependent on that friendship, that is a very unhealthy situation to be with. People would do anything, everything to keep that friendship at the expense of their own well-being. That is not good. And, while after making that video on codependent friends, I was kind of tempted to talk about it, because it's, in a way, it's very similar to a vulnerable type narcissism, but I was just like, you can go look it up. I'm sure there are videos about that. But if you really want me to talk about it, then leave it in the comment section. So, I'm sure the one you were waiting for, the type of friend you were waiting for to avoid, are the toxic ones. Sure. Like, you need me to get up on the podium to announce that you need to stay away from toxic friends? Guys, okay, I'm doing that now. Stay away from them. Stay away from toxic friends. Like, why are you, creating these problems for yourself by keeping friends that do not serve you any positive value? They are not of no use to you. Their presence, their behavior, your friendship negatively affects you and your well-being, and you're still hanging around them? I don't get it. Explain it to me. Like, if you are one of those that have toxic friends and you're still keeping them, explain to me in the comment section why the hell you still have toxic friends around you. Because I don't get it. My mental health is important to me. Alright, okay. So fake friends. Those ones are obviously not your friends. They're just hanging around you. And sometimes you might not know it immediately, but at some point, they can't keep up the act for too long. You realize they're not always there for you. They kind of pretend that, they like you, but they do not support you in any way. They're not loyal to you. They're not really close to you like that. And sometimes they even try to put you down and make you feel bad about yourself. So those are fake friends. They put up this, like, oh, they're there sometimes as your friends, doing this, that. But when you really need them, poof, they're gone. So stay away from them. Good? Alright, so we've covered the different types of friendships. We've covered the ones you definitely need to stay away from, right? And so, guys, just We know that friends expand our sense of identity. We know all that stuff. We know this. Having different friends from, like a diverse group of friends, connect us to a diverse group of people, open our minds to the diversity around us. There's a lot of beauty. There's a lot you can learn, from friends. You know, they keep you motivated. They expose us to different experiences and cultures. And this helps us to expand our knowledge, and all of that stuff. That's, when you're with the right people. But it's kind of rare sometimes to find just one person that feels, or that can fulfill all of our social, emotional, and intimacy needs, right? It's difficult to just find that one person. It's a lot to ask for one person. So I don't think one person can fully fulfill all the different roles that friendships can provide. And so I would advise that you find more friends or appreciate the ones you already have. You can make more friends. If you want a video about how to intentionally make adult friends, leave a comment and tell me you want a video like that. For sure. Friendship can be quite intentional. And to make the exact type of friends that you really need at some point. I mean, it can't cover the good emotional friends. Those will develop into something like that if given the right circumstances. But you can start from somewhere, and you probably could have watched this person for a while and okay, this person can fit into this. And if the person feels the exact same way after you've, intentionally, put yourself in the picture and approach them, then, it can go from there, right? So make friends, but also at sometimes find some time to review those friendships from time to time. And if they're not serving their purpose, kick them the hell out. You can actually fire them. There's nothing wrong with that. They're not doing they're not fulfilling that need that you need them to, and you are not doing same for them. Just let it go, right? And just be happy. Just move on with your life, right? Okay, so this is it with this episode of Rent a Couch. It was nice doing this again. Sorry, I was just very busy with work, but I'm back. I'm definitely back, and we'll be covering a lot more topics. We'll probably move on from friendships after one or two episodes. If I don't get any suggestions about friendship, I might move on to some other thing. But let me know what life issue you really want me to cover. And you could send, emails. You could send, you can just comment in the comment section. You can even forward me, screenshots of email that you've seen from friends, and you want me to do a reaction on them. Sure, we can do something quite sarcastic, just have fun, but learn something at the end of the day. So guys, subscribe, please guys. Subscribe, like, click the post notification button, and I'll definitely see you in the next episode of Rant and Couch.